I infiltrated the VTuber Twitter community. I'm sure by now you've heard about VTubers, or at least seen someone post VTuber fan art, clips, or even heard their music. You might even be debating on becoming a VTuber yourself. But have you ever seen the VTuber community on Twitter? So I'm an aspiring VTuber, right? Been working on this project for a year now, and waited until I graduated college to be financially independent enough to not have my mom ask why I needed to spend $3K on a computer with pink LED lights before I began creating content. But now it's 2023 and I'm officially on my way to becoming a full-fledged pre-debut VTuber, or better known in the community, a VTweeter. So as of 7 days ago, I finally put my Licorice Banashi account to use and decided to go down the road of a pre-debut VTuber. This is what I found.
Small boy summons friends. Day 3
Meow,
summoning
heart
circle
for
go.
big hug.
Reach out
Here's
to more
some
people to
models
collab
with
with.
you.
Can't
These
beat
are
collab.
these are hashtags.
These are
These are
hashtags.
hashtags.
These are
Support
epic
link.
collab.
Yep. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the most common things I found in the VTuber community on Twitter, and unfortunately, it's worse than you can imagine. By the way, no shade to anyone in this video, I'm merely talking about the concepts and trends that have taken this community by its throat. There are many genuine people that I found, people just starting out, and many who feel pressured to follow these trends like it's some sort of satanic ritual for success. First and foremost, it is so incredibly easy to see that the VTuber niche is oversaturated. There are millions of accounts for VTubers who are all into streaming video games. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's also the issue with in-real-life face streamers too. And you're right, streaming has become more accessible to the common fan as long as you have a camera and some sort of computer. But I think the VTuber space is a little special in the way people treat their models as a means of indicating popular or good at creating content. For in-real-life streamers, people engage and watch streamers because of their personality is entertaining or funny or different, even if the person isn't the most handsome or pretty. Of course, that's not always the case. But in general, you're not watching Ludwig for his appearance. You're there because he's funny and endlessly creative in what he streams. But in the VTubing space, the emphasis has derailed from creating content that is fresh or exciting and has been placed on spending hundreds of dollars for a live 2D model, a pretty weekly schedule template, and stream overlays. It has all become aesthetics. So what I mean by the VTuber niche being oversaturated, I mean it's oversaturated with fans of corporate VTubers like HoloLive, Nijisanji, and VShoujo who thought, hey, this looks easy enough. It's just playing games and talking about boobs on stream. I can do that. And then they commission a $500 model. While it's not bad to dream of being a live streamer, I think a lot of people in the Twitter community have lost sight of the fact that streaming and being a content creator means challenging the mainstream to be different, to stand out. Corporate VTubers can get away with streaming Minecraft or Apex as their entire careers because they already have a guaranteed publicity, paid contracts, and would you have it, already entertaining personalities. They're in corporations because their previous content proved that they have the experience with streaming and growing an audience. Meanwhile, fans who jump on the VTuber train probably have no experience with talking with chat and don't find it fun. Unfortunately, I found so many tweets in the VTuber support hashtag of new VTubers who say things like, what content can I even make? What's there to do? Making content is scary. Talking to chat is scary. I'm a perfectionist. I'm scared of failing. Clearly, these are people who have never originally had a drive to become a content creator before finding VTubers. And now they fill up the Twitter hashtags 3, 6, 12 months down the line after investing in a model with nothing to show for it. I truly want people to succeed and have fun with content creation. Having a moving anime character that represents all that you want to be but can't physically be can be very freeing and gender affirming. I think that's one of the biggest draws towards VTubing, myself included. But once you get your things set up, the next step is to focus on the content you should be producing if you don't already have a goal in mind. Be different, play unique games or put a twist on games you're playing. Showcase talents you have like crocheting, discussing Vogue Fashion Week, educating people on Japanese folklore, just anything. 2. There is an insane amount of clout chasing on this app, and I mean insane. When I started using my account 7 days ago, the first thing I had in my head was to begin following creators with similar concepts to my own. I wanted to base my brand around yokai and Japanese history, so I began looking for other yokai-related streamers. It was all fun and good until my timeline became what I assume is the standard timeline for everyone: clout chasing. Now, I'm sure these people mean absolutely no harm, they just want to find some friends or people to collab with when they're starting out, but that's an incredibly fatal flaw with the beginner's mindset. Twitter should be a place for connecting with your community outside of streams, posting notifications for when you go live, or posting an edited VOD or something like that. It should not be the main focus when it comes to analytics. But a lot of new VTubers see that low follower count on their profile and think, nah, we have to get that up immediately. And so they post these follower bait tweets hoping for engagement. And I'm not saying I never did that within the span of those 7 days. I absolutely fell for that tactic and posted one myself. And as most cases go, it went nowhere. But shout out to Korea, he a real one. There's also a huge thing in this circle called follow for follow, which is exactly as it sounds. One VTuber posts a, hey, follow me and post your PNGs and I'll follow you tweet, and then your follower count suddenly rises. But there's no change to the engagement on your other tweets or streams or YouTube videos. This is entirely because the whole concept revolves around VTubers circle jerking other VTubers. No one has time to spend watching hours of random people stream when they themselves are trying to become streamers. You're not going to get any average viewers or community members simply by participating in these follow for follow tweets, but so many people feel obligated to promo themselves in this way because it's all they ever see. Connected to this point is the whole concept of VTuber model reveals and VTuber debuts. Over time, the VTuber reveal has sort of become tradition, a way to prove to yourself that you've officially become a VTuber. In order to do this, people lock their character behind the clout version of a paywall, which is attempting to amass a certain number of likes or retweets before increments of their model are slowly revealed. This is, of course, copying the corporation way of unveiling new talents with huge debut streams with lore reveals, slideshows of their personalities, fan nicknames, and sometimes even original songs. If you're a new VTuber, trust me when I say this is all superfluous. You don't need to do any of this to start VTubing. But again, since the community has largely shifted away from originality, so many people wait and wait and wait for their model to be done just so they can finally start posting content or streaming. And then they realize they're not cut out for streaming. Do you see the problem here? I've seen so many people gain hundreds of followers, thousands even, and it's kind of second nature to see that big number and assume their content is worth it, that 2,000 people decided to follow their Twitter for updates because they enjoy their content. But that's not the truth for almost everyone's account I toured through. Even my own account, over 4 or so days of posting tweets and engaging in interaction bait, I gained 30 followers. Do these followers talk to me? Do they DM me? Do they watch my content? Do they show up to my live streams? No, because my content at the moment isn't worth showing up to yet. I can admit that. To me, it's obvious that what needs to be changed is my content quality or maybe quantity, but I still keep seeing people post follow bait almost every day instead of honing their craft or streaming regularly. Again, I just want to take a moment here to say I'm not calling out anyone in particular. It's all just the general trends that are open to public viewing on the hashtags. There are, unfortunately, people who live up to the VTweeter reputation, which is why it exists in the first place. No content, no date for debut, no nothing except ooh woo thoughts and follow bait. When they debut, all the power to them. I hope their followers pull through and show up for their streams. I just don't see it happening currently. Third, I can't believe how many bots are in this community. Like, a crazy amount of spam bots and fake artists are here trying to scam people who are trying out VTubing for the first time. I mean, just look at this one tweet of someone asking if any model designers have commissions open. These are all bots. Surely there must be some poor, naive young adults or even minors who are getting scammed with these artist bots because, again, aesthetics is everything. There are so many minors within this community, as well as the majority of creators being in their early 20s, making it easy to profit off of inexperienced people trying to commission a model or a logo or a stream overlay. Protecting your commission money is not common sense. There are so many ways around chargebacks or buyer's protection when it comes to PayPal, and people who aren't in the know often have to learn the hard way by either getting scammed or seeing a viral post of someone else getting scammed. I just wonder how much money the owners of these accounts have claimed by running this gig for a year. Speaking of bots, what's even more crazy is the sheer amount of AI-generated art people have come to use and abuse. Let's face it, VTubers wouldn't be possible without the artists willing to accept commissions, but since streaming is already a very expensive hobby to start up, throwing out an additional $50 for a chibi or $100 for a full-body illustration can be hard on the wallet. If you are a small streamer, chances are you won't have fan art done for free by your community, so what people have been turning to is the easiest option: AI art. Now, whether you are on the side of AI being developed or not, I'm sure you can see the issue here with VTubers completely cutting actual artists out of the picture in a niche that depends on artists. I personally hate AI art, I think it's shitty that established creators are getting their art style stolen for the sake of AI learning and then it being put to use without credit or permission, just for someone's thirst trap tweet. To be honest, I've actually started mass blocking any creators I saw who post AI art. So if you want to grow and you are doing that by posting AI art, just know that you are turning away possible viewers who hold the belief that AI art shouldn't be used. And you know what I just learned recently? That there's a VTuber that is entirely an AI who interacts with chat and plays games that allow it inside. Isn't that just fucking horrific to think about? It's cool. I admit it, it's really, really cool. But now you see that this AI VTuber has 50k subs on Twitch and is beating the majority of real people VTubers. We are now on the verge of fake VTubers taking over our viewership and running us out of business. I mean, what is going on? And finally, to end on a lighter note, I was shocked but very happy to see how supportive the community is to each other. I know these other points make it seem like no one is actually working together with other small VTubers, but there's actually many content creators who dedicate their work and brand towards helping the community succeed. Some easy mentions are VTuber Senpai, Reales, Mariyume, Zekos, and Blame. There's many others, but these are some creators who I spent time watching video after video of their advice on starting out as a VTuber. A lot of these accounts not only post support, but they also retweet smaller creators' tweets when they go live. There's also a trend of artists who do giveaways for stream assets and models. I'm not saying this is all thankless work. You can see how much their accounts grow due to the giveaways being to follow them and engage in their posts, but they are still, in my opinion, doing great for the community of people who maybe don't have enough money to spend on custom models at the moment. There's also indie VTubers who accept small streamers into their support system who try to promote growth and collabs and share knowledge with each other, which I think can be a very valuable thing. Whether or not these indie VTuber groups actually provide rapid growth or not, I couldn't tell you, but it does seem to be a way to weed out those who are in it for the wrong reasons. In the end, a lot of people are here to see their dreams of streaming become reality, to build a kind community just like any other streamer on Twitch. With VTubers, there's more hoops to jump through and more technology you have to learn, but it's a grind that I fully support and hope to be a part of in the near future. However, Twitter. You gotta do some changing around here if you want to accomplish your goals. Don't just take it from some nobody like me. Listen to the more established creators like Ludwig, Disguised Toast, Pokimane, and those in our VTuber community like VTuber Senpai and Mari. In my opinion, as someone who has been watching VTubers since Hololive Myth debuted and seen which creators took off and which didn't, I think content and personality comes first and foremost. It's okay to start off with a low budget or even free model like myself. As long as you have the desire to make content, you will slowly grow an audience because you will naturally get better with experience. So just remember, Twitter can be a valuable resource where you spread your content around, but don't just make hollow tweets for clout. That's all for me for this video. Please like and subscribe and check out my other socials for more content. This style of video is not my usual content, but if there's enough interest, I maybe will make more. Alrighty, bye bye.